The year was 1935. The place? Cordell, Georgia. The odds? Not in his favor. But God always shows out. Baby Daddio weighed just 1 pound. They said he wouldn't make it. He said, "Watch me." Raised by a single mom, grandma, and a sharp-tongued uncle, this boy was surrounded by strong women, which is probably why he turned out so polite and a little terrified. One time, running in the hallway at Bishop Elementary, Daddio got smacked by a glass door carried by a janitor. He bounced right off, glasses crooked, pride wounded. Kid version of Daddio looking around like, "Y'all got any biscuits?" He grew up polite and maybe just a little bit terrified of those women, but that's how legends are made. From 1 pound to one of a kind. That's Daddio. Teen years on Hastings Street in Detroit. A tough neighborhood and tighter curfews. His boys called him Hound because he was always sniffing out a hustle or a snack. First crush? The pastor's daughter? That's right. Young Eugene had taste and no fear. One day, the police stopped him on his bike. "Son, where you think you're going?" Daddio grinned. "To the corner to shine shoes, sir." "Want a polish?" He was always hustling, always moving, always making us laugh. That's how Daddio became a legend on Hastings Street. And that's just the beginning.
If you've ever heard the phrase, "Don't stop till you get enough," it was probably about Daddio at work. Because this man didn't have one job. Didn't even have two. He always had 3. Minimum. Started out cleaning buildings for the county, shining floors so clean. You could see your sins in them. But that was just job number 1. Job number 2. Parking lot boss at the Fox Theater in downtown Detroit. This man knew every inch of pavement in that city. And he made sure you paid before you parked.
This ain't the church lot. Run me my $5, fam.
He worked like sleep was a suggestion. And he still found time to press a pair of slacks and shine his Sunday shoes. We used to joke that Daddio wasn't born with blood in his veins, just sweet tea and determination. He wasn't rich, but he was reliable. The kind of man who'd show up early, leave late, and bring you a sandwich while doing it. If the world had more men like Daddio, half of y'all wouldn't be in HR meetings. He wasn't just a worker. He was an entrepreneur. Owner-operator of parking lots before side hustle was even a word. And you better believe he counted every car like it was church offering. No playing with the numbers, baby. Some folks work hard to retire early. Daddio worked hard just because it's who he was. He didn't complain, didn't brag, just showed up, showed out, and showed love, and showed love. And if you were late picking him up from work, oh, he had a whole sermon for you. He provided for his family, his mama, his children, and later, for 5 bonus babies who would come to know him not just as a man, but as Daddio. In the next episode, Love knocks on the door, and she's wearing a name tag that says Helen. We're talking romance, stepfather life, and the greatest comeback story you've never heard.
Every great cartoon has a love story at its heart. And this one? Oh, it's got a little extra sparkle. Not just because of the love, but because it comes with 5 wild, wonderful kids and a supermom named Helen. Imagine this, Daddio strutting into the friend of the court building like he's the main character in his own cartoon episode. Most folks meet in classic cartoon places, like church, or maybe at a family cookout, with everyone animated and lively. But Daddio? He meets his true love at the courthouse. Yep, friend of the court to be exact. Helen's there, handling business, filling out forms, trying to get child support. Daddio's just coming out of a meeting, minding his own cartoon business. And up above, cartoon clouds part as the narrator whispers, "Plot twist." When Daddio spots Helen, the whole animated room does a spin. Suddenly, he can't hear the court clerks anymore, just cartoon silence. All he hears is cartoon Luther Vandross crooning in the background. Legal files vanish in a poof. Future wife appears in a swirl of cartoon magic. In his smoothest cartoon voice, Daddio shoots his shot, mock Daddio. "Excuse me, ma'am, you dropped my heart." Fast forward, Daddio and Helen at the altar, surrounded by cartoon hearts. 5 kids in matching outfits, looking half suspicious, half hopeful, all shades of animated black excellence. And let's be real, Helen didn't come solo. She brought her animated squad. 5 different personalities, 5 different opinions. And yep, they already had a dad in the cartoon world. But Eugene, he never tried to erase anyone. He just showed up, every day, every holiday, every wild science project with cartoon volcanoes exploding. That's how he got the name Daddio. Not from a birth certificate, but from a dinner table, stamped with cartoon love. Picture this, young Bootsie, dramatic as ever, announces, "You not my daddy, you my Daddio." And just like that, the name sticks, signed, sealed, delivered in true cartoon style. Daddio didn't just marry in, he built in, packing cartoon lunches, ironing tiny shirts, handing out birthday dollars like he's running the family cartoon bank. Strict, you bet, but always fair, always protective, and funny as a Saturday morning cartoon. Mock Daddio, don't slam my door and don't touch my remote. And you know what? The 80s weren't his favorite decade for the music or the wild cartoon fashions. Nope. It was because that's when he got Helen, the woman who changed his whole cartoon life and gave him a new family to love. Let's be honest, step-parents in cartoons don't get medals. Most days, they just get secondhand thank yous and Father's Day cards with the price tag still on. But Daddio, he got our cartoon hearts. And us, we got a legend. So next time you hear someone talk about Daddio, remember that's a cartoon title built on love, hard work, and a whole lot of cornbread. Book of Daddio, Chapter 4. The cartoon story's still being written.
This one's for Daddio. When most folks hit retirement, they slow down. But not Daddio. He's proof that when you work hard, take care of yourself, and keep God first, you don't just live longer, you live better. His 3 jobs at a time, rain or shine. And he always found time to take care of himself. No fancy gyms, no miracle diets, just movement, discipline, and faith. And here's the secret to his longevity. In his own words, don't smoke, don't drink, live a clean life and keep your word. Now, what about his family? Well, they're the reason his family is blended lovely. All grown daughters and 1 grown son, 4 grandkids and counting. He's been with us for decades, never tried to replace anyone, just blended in and led by example. When his own son passed away and his daughter drifted away, we stayed. Because family isn't just blood, it's who shows up for you. And he showed up. He was there for every birthday, every graduation, every triumph, and every tear. He's closer to us than most stepdads ever get. He never forced himself in. He just earned his place, 1 act of love at a time. He taught us by example. He showed us what it means to be a man, to be strong, to be kind, to be loving, to be a father. So today, as we gather together to celebrate his life, we want to tell him how much we love him. We love you, Daddio. Happy 90th birthday. Love Bootsie, Boom Boom, Sherry, Lorna, and Lori. We love you.